Tuhin Sinha, it can't all be a coincidence. For the Aam Aadmi Party to say, 1, that you're not giving him insulin, 2, that you're not allowing him access to his doctor, and 3, that now you're trying to rid him of his home-cooked food. Can people really believe that Arvind Kejriwal is sitting and eating mangoes every day or sweets every day because he wants to kill himself or he wants to harm himself? Tuhin Sinha.
Well, good evening, Padmasha. Good evening, everybody. Well, it is not impossible. It is not it is not something which unimaginable for the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the fact is, Delhi, the Tihar jail comes under Delhi government, and Delhi government would not do something, would not deliberately keep Arvind Kejriwal away from his doctors, would not keep him away from insulin. Arvind Kejriwal was desperate to come out of jail, and I think after the censure from High Court, Delhi High Court last week, he should have been more calm, he should have been more composed, but instead he seems to be looking for desperate measures, he seems to be looking for desperate ways to get out of jail, and unfortunately, if these desperate ways are indeed true, that shows the psyche of hardened criminals like Charles Shobraj. So, I think my advice to him would be the next time Sunita ji goes to jail, she should make him see the video of Rajnath ji when he was put in jail for 18 months during emergency, the kind of composure, the kind of calmness that he showed. I think it's been a few weeks for Arvind Kejriwal. He should have patience. He should have faith in the judiciary instead of concocting, instead of himself trying to harm, him and looking for desperate ways to get out.
Okay, Akashdeep Puni, is this desperation? Self-harm?
Padmaja ji, today is a very interesting day. Because today I'm going to break, fact check 3 lies of Enforcement Directorate. What the Enforcement Directorate lawyer said in the Honorable Court. Zohaib ji, the lawyer of Enforcement Directorate said, and I quote today on your program, that he is claiming high diabetes, but he is having mangoes, sweets and tea with sugar. Sugar, quote unquote. Tuhin ji suniye puri achhe se. He is taking erythritol, which is a sweetener. Erythritol is made up of corn and wheat, and sugar is made up of sugar cane. So, Mr. Lawyer, who today lied in the Honorable Court, that he is taking sugar. I want to break this lie, and tomorrow when the Honorable Court will get the diet chart from the jail authorities, it will be baffling every one of you, including Padmaja ji, you. He is also said to eat sugar, sweets. He has taken no sweets, he is taking only erythritol, which is a doctor-sanctioned medicine sweetener. He is also said to eat, fruits. Now he has, I know, and doctors know that any diabetic patient, because the insulin level comes up and down, so they are asked to keep fruit and toffee with them, so that when it comes down or up, to take that. The interesting part is, the leader of Bharatiya Janata Party, Amrinder Singh, says that he has provided Diet Coke to Shiromani Akali Dal Chief Minister when he was in jail. So Diet Coke allowed है, पर किसी को आप fruits और अगर वो erythritol जो एक sweetener है, वो अगर ले तो आपको दिक्कत है.
No,
आप चाहते हो कि उसका घर का खाना बंद हो जाए.
Dr. Akashdeep Muni, you being a doctor, you used very complex words, but I did manage to understand what you're saying. The ED's argument is exactly that. You say he is prescribed a sweetener and that is what he should have. But this diet chart that has been submitted as an annexure shows that he is not having sweetener. He is having tea with sugar, which nobody should have. And it's not just the occasional, mango that he's having a slice when there is a dip in his blood sugar. He, in fact, has had 2 bananas on the 3rd of April. Then that was for breakfast. Then for lunch, he has again had 2 bananas. Then for dinner, he has again had 2 bananas. 6 bananas in a day. I mean, leave alone a diabetic, even a regular person can't have 6 bananas. That's a lot of bananas. 6 bananas in a day, 2 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, 2 for dinner. I mean, then there is one sweet also. For dinner, there is one sweet. Then there is, the next day, he's having milk powder. Then on the 5th of April, again, having things like 2 sweets. 2 sweets? I mean, even a doctor would say a regular person should not be eating 2 sweets for dinner. For the little bit of diet planning that I have gone for, anyway, for dinner, you should not be consuming anything with a high glycemic index, even if you are not diabetic. What explains this, Akashdeep Muni?
I'll tell you. Padmaja ji, this particular diet chart which you are reading, which I don't say that it has been approved by DGP Tihar, so I don't vouch for this. But howsoever, you are showing this, that I acknowledge it. If this is a diet chart, is prescribed by a doctor of Tihar jail, and you are suspecting
no, this is not what is prescribed by. Okay, again, let us be very clear on facts. This is what has been given to him. This is what he has consumed. These are actuals of what Mr. Kejriwal has consumed. Can we please just open this? Can we just please open this? I will show you day by day. Hold on a second. So that people don't get consumed. Obviously, no doctor in Tihar or otherwise would be prescribing this, because this would be suicidal. For somebody to actually give a prescription saying दिन में 6 केले खा लो. 6 केले तो diabetic छोड़ो, किसी को भी कोई doctor prescribe नहीं करेगा. But let's take a look at this. From the 3rd of April, here you have breakfast: eggs, banana, tea, water bottles. Rajma sabzi, little rice, aloo gobi, pickle, curd, banana. Again, see, 2 bananas morning, 2 bananas afternoon, 2 bananas at night. Then you go on over here, 8th of April, eggs, tea, salt, mango and papaya for lunch, along with rice. I will ask Dr. Maheshwari, but as far as I know, rice is not the best thing to be having for lunch for a diabetic. Then you have mango, papaya and rice here, and you have, sabzi, salad, etc., which is fine. Then again, you've got mixed fruits the next day. You have got bhujia, salad, bean sabzi, roti, curd, tea, etc. Dr. Maheshwari, how do you look at this kind of diet? Do you think that a doctor would have prescribed 2 bananas, papaya and mango in a meal along with rice? Dr. Maheshwari?
Definitely not. I don't think any doctor is going to prescribe that kind of diet, because whatever food we take, that has a direct impact on our blood sugars. And as you would very well understand, there are 2 situations. One is hypoglycemia and the other is hyperglycemia. Hypoglycemia is where your blood sugar levels fall critically low and you have to suddenly kind of eat something which has more calories and sugar in it. So it would be really, say, something like he says, it could be a toffee, it could be a biscuit, it could be any fruit, it could be any juice at that time. But that happens only when your blood sugar levels fall critically low, somewhere around 60. That is generally the critical point that we take. And at that point of time, you have to take something which has high calories. Now, when it comes to hyperglycemia generally is not life-threatening immediately. So hyperglycemia kind of tends to impact your body over the time, slowly. And that is how, you land up with complications like it could lead to stroke, it could lead to heart attack, it could lead you to kidney and nerve damage. So now this kind of diet that is being shown here right now, and the diet that he's consuming, is eventually leading him to hyperglycemia, and none of these food items should be consumed by him, because there is a certain category of food items which we call high glycemic index.
For example, arbi.
Yes.
Would you let a diabetic eat arbi and aloo bengal?
See, aloo, again, potato is something which has a high glycemic index, so it should be avoided. Again, arbi, as you say, has a high glycemic index, and then banana, mango, chiku, grapes. These are some of these kind of fruits. 6 bananas
in a day. Would you let somebody with diabetes or a regular person eat 6 bananas?
I think only a person who would be, doing a bodybuilding or something like that, or who's too starved or something, would be actually kind of, having so many bananas. Otherwise, a person who's already diabetic, who is already obese, who is already struggling with so many health issues, would definitely want to avoid such kind of food items, which he knows that would suddenly jump up his sugar. And the more the sugar jumps up, eventually it can lead to life-threatening coma. It can lead to life-threatening dehydration as well.